How's it going, guys? Welcome to Gabe's Reef, and today is going to be a really big day for my channel. Later on, I'm going to go pick up a few frags, probably at least 4 or 5 frags. I'm going to basically place them. I may just place them in the sand initially to get them going, or I might place them where they're going to be at so I get used to the amount of light they're gonna get and everything. And I'm gonna try to get some soft corals just to show some of the flow, maybe some hard. I might mix it up. Probably gonna get something a little hardy, something a little bit, more susceptible to the water variants, different chemistry. So we're gonna see what happens and what I pick out. What else? As far as the coral goes, get that today is probably frags. I doubt I'm going to get any big pieces. I kind of want to grow them and see how they do in this tank. I'm going to go to a local pet store, but today I kind of wanted to focus on an anemone and feeding him. It's been about almost 2 days, about a day and a half. Some people feed every 3 days, some people feed every other, some people feed every day. Just depends on your anemone. I do want him to grow to get big for the clownfish. What's weird with mine is he found this little opening in the rock where he's at, and actually at nighttime he expels all his water, gets small, and kind of hides in the rock. He goes into that rock where you barely see him, and then during the day he comes out. So that's pretty cool. I guess, as long as he's healthy and doing well, I don't mind. He doesn't always have to be on display, as long as I know he's okay. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off my flow, and then I'm going to try to feed him and then some of the fish. It might seem like a lot of shrimp, but I have a decent sized cleanup crew, and they'll eat most of it off the rocks. That's what they prefer. So I'm going to go down here to my switches. I'm going to turn the very first switch off, which is the wave maker right here. And then the second switch should be the pump. Well, no, because the motor won't make any noise. There we go. So both pumps are off. I'm hoping also they get used to the noise. Now, let me get behind the camera so I can see what I'm shooting. Right here is the brine. I can't really tilt it too much. Is brine and minus shrimp. What I did is I let it melt. Then I took a little bit of the sea water, put it in here so it's easier to suck it all up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my little turkey baster, squeeze it first, and then I'm going to try to draw up all of the water and shrimp that is in here. Then I like to tilt it back, squeeze it first, and then put it back in here, and then hopefully it'll pretty much got it all, maybe a tiny bit. I'll get that here in a second. And then I may, you can see my water level down a little bit. I am going to check the salinity and probably add some water. It does evaporate in this unit pretty good. What I'm going to do is stick it in there. Draw some more water. Now, the reason why I have so much water in here is when you squirt it, you usually squirt bubbles, and it kind of scares it. So I try to minimize the amount of bubbles I squirt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up on this side, put it in here, and then I'm going to squirt it towards the center. He's kind of in an awkward place. See how he's kind of like trapping it? Okay, and then we go ahead and feed you. I mean, he'll gather it, but let me try to feed my dragonet. I know he's been eating those little things, but it doesn't hurt to give him a little bit of that. Here you go, Nemo. Ah, don't run away. There we go. That should be enough. I don't think I'm going to put any more than that. Now I'm going to leave that be for a minute. I'm just going to... That's the tennis. I could squirt it back in here just in case I need more. So gently squirt it back in my little cup over here. Where's that gonna squirt? Now it seems like a lot of food, but they'll go around collecting it, cleaning it up. So that should be no problem. them kind of cleaning that up. I try to give them a little while to eat. I don't want to rush them. Especially with an anemone eating, you want to leave the flow off. That way it can gather all its food, eat it, and then when it turns back on in that position, the flow might kick the food out of his mouth, or not his mouth, but his orifice, or whatever, whichever way he eats. And it's in the center, you can see a little opening, so I guess that's where his mouth is. He's in a weird shape. You can see some of them almost all the way on this side. Here, I'll give you a little shot. You see what I'm saying? Like, part of him is like on that far side. It's weird. The water level did drop significantly by me turning it off. Cousin wasn't expecting that. Let me go to this side kind of so you can get a really good shot. Now this is zoomed in. Sorry that, you know what? I might move it to here and then just suck in these legs. Give you guys a better shot, sorry. In general, I don't think that was the greatest shot. I know that little rift there can kind of give you a headache looking at that little rift. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close it up and set it right here and then zoom back out. Let's find a spot over here and kind of set it up. Whoops. This stand is kind of messed up right now. I need to get a new one. There you go. Go ahead and zoom in. Now what I don't want is the bandit shrimp right there to eat the food out of the now you can see where he's kind of closing up, putting the food in his mouth. So he's definitely eating. That's a good sign. The clownfish are kind of hunting a little bit for that food. With the flow turned off, actually, that little dragonette right here should have an easier time hunting. So I'm hoping he's eating enough. I did put 2 bottles in there, like I stated before in my other videos. Is he eating shrimp? That would be absolutely phenomenal. Hopefully, I hope he's catching them, but if for some reason he's not getting enough nutrition and he sees some of that shrimp, I really hope he eats it. Everything's real still right now, you know, just basically everyone's able to eat and, you know, kind of relax for a minute. It is much quieter. That pump is kind of loud. Now, you can upgrade those pumps. I considered getting like a 300 or 400 gallon pump, at least a 300. Actually, a 4 would fit perfectly, and you can get a quieter motor, higher end motor that's quieter as well. So I might consider doing that, considering that this is in the living room. If you have the TV up, you really can't hear it vaguely. Wow, that little damsel's fast. Let's zoom out a little bit. He is so fast. He likes to hide in the rock work, and he'll kind of like pop out. He'll kind of like pop out from right like underneath there, and then he'll come out, eat, and then slide right back, pop out. It's really cute. Now, I'm really close to the water change. I'm about a week out, like I stated before, so hopefully I can blow off all the excess food off these rocks. Don't want it too clean because I want them to have food, but he's so cute. I love that damsel. Yeah, it's kind of like a purplish tint, like he has some purple on him, so he's pretty unique. He was really affordable. Normally damsels, at least at my pet store in my area, is around $20. He was only $7, so I couldn't say no to that. He was cute. He seemed to be in good health. Now I do have to purchase. Hopefully they sell the dip, the chemicals for the dip at that store. If not, I may have to go to a different one, see if they have chemicals. If I can't find any today, I might have to hold off on my frags. Just because I want to dip them. I mean, anything can host in a frag. You know, you can have all kinds of different bad worms, parasites. So that's what I'm afraid of. I did take a chance with the live rock from that aquarium, but from what I could tell, his aquarium and his fish and everything was real healthy. So, you know, you kind of take a risk with live rock. I know that's why a lot of folks actually start out with dry rock. So that's not a bad idea if you did start out that way. Just make sure you at least have some live sand or add a bottle of the enzymes that help kind of boost the bacteria, the good bacteria levels. So Actually, they like it with no flow. They're swimming around really nicely. Um, Hoping they hunt a little bit and get some of that shrimp. I thought I saw them eating some earlier. They're on the backside when they were eating, so I apologize for that. But yeah, definitely the anemone definitely did eat. That was very important. They eat flakes in the morning when I wake up around 6 a.m. Typically during a work week, I wake up at 6. I drop a little flakes and a little of those Spectrum sinking pellets. They're really small because they're small fish. I put some of those there in a flake. I let them eat. After they eat, they go pretty much till pretty late without any food. Kind of got them used to the schedule where they eat at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then whenever I get home, anywhere from, it could be as early as 10 o'clock to as late as 7, 8 o'clock. So anywhere in that time frame, whenever I get home, I either feed them shrimp every other, and then I'll do flake again. So when I get home, so flaking pellets. Now you can see, he's one of my favorite shrimp right here. I know people like the fire shrimp and the pistol shrimp and all that. And I'm not saying I dislike him or anything, but I think he looks so cool. Now, what he's also known for is eating certain algae polyps, or basically, I forget what kind of algae it is, but it's hard to get rid of. He actually eats it, so that's really unique about him. He looks good. He's not too much of a bully. He doesn't do a lot of damage with those pinchers. He doesn't have the strength to catch a fish or really hurt anything. That green crab, if he gets big enough, he could probably catch a fish, a smaller one at least. So I got to kind of keep my eye on that. Is he closing up and eating? I think he is. Let's zoom in and see what's going on. Sorry, I already am zoomed in. Let's get a little bit closer and then zoom in again. There we go. So you kind of see that side closed up. I don't know if he has spelled the water for what reason, or if he has spelled it to kind of draw that part of his body in so he can eat. I'm not sure, but that's what it looks like right now. The bubbles are big on that one right side. It's kind of weird looking, but it's weird how he's like took shape, to that. I'm hoping he'd come out more. He was out a lot more yesterday, but that's his little territory now. So I'll let him have that territory if that's what makes him happy and he's doing well and is healthy. Now here is my green crab. Let's go ahead and spin a little focus on him. He is gathering leftover shrimp, brine and minus shrimp. He's probably eating some algae, some leftover flakes. So he's really doing a good job of picking. I love that. Same thing with the bandit shrimp. I don't know, I just call him a bandit. I think bandit is somewhere in his name, but I know he's, a unique little shrimp. And then there's the dragonet. Let's get a quick look at him. Just plain beautiful. There we go. We had to adjust. He is just beautiful. Hunt, little man. You always want to see him hunting, getting them tiger pods. He has to eat quite a few a day, so hopefully he's getting all the food he needs. I am going to probably purchase another bottle. I do want to start a refugium, but where this tank's at, what I got going on, I can't do anything like a hang on. I have to change the lid. Maybe I'll do a small one underneath here, like, not even a 5-gallon, maybe a 2.5-gallon refugium or something. Just basically something big enough to start, give those tiger pods a safe haven, somewhere for them to reproduce, and then a way for them to re-enter the main tank. That's where I'm mainly going to be feeding at. Well, not mainly, but I'm going to feed, in the tank and in that. I got to kind of watch the levels, maybe the beneficial to just feeding inside the refugium and then keeping that phosphates and all that stuff away from my corals. So we'll see. I got to get a kit to test for that, to see the levels. I'm gonna have to get a calcium testing kit, alkaline kit, testing kit. So I have quite a bit of stuff, test for magnesium, basically everything for coral. So I need to kind of watch that. I'm not gonna do an automatic dosing system. I'm gonna dose myself. I'm probably gonna do something like coral roids or something like that. Some kind of roid, or something for them that they'll like and help them be healthy. Always, I can't emphasize enough, dip your coral, definitely. You can kind of see the fish's health. So, I mean, some people like to dip fish as well. You can, obviously. You don't want ick and other parasites on them. Wow, that damsel is beautiful. Sorry, I got distracted. See if I can zoom out and kind of catch their blindness. So I love the way they swim around. They're kind of enjoying this no flow. Obviously, you can't have it like this, but it's just nice for a little while to have it off while they eat. I like it a lot. So I think I'm going to get ready to turn the flow back on. Seems like everyone is eating. Hopefully the little dragonette is catching quite a few this way. Yeah, he's still packing, so I'm gonna let him do his thing. I'm gonna leave. At the very least, I have to turn on the main pump. Just a simple switch right underneath here. That's what I love about this setup. Boom. Just like that. Whoops, sorry. Just like that. Flip of a switch. There's my pump going again. There's all the air bubbles in the air. There it is, kicking up the shrimp. Wow, that was quite a bit of shrimp. Believe it or not, there you go, fishies. Eat some of that. I did put quite a bit in there. It's a little bit more than I'm used to putting in there, honestly. I kind of put a little much in there. I shouldn't have probably done that, but let's see. I wonder if the dragonette's gonna eat any of it. I've been kind of watching him when I put shrimp by him. He hasn't seemed that interested in it. It's kind of a shame because I'm sure it's good. So, wow, that is a lot of shrimp in there. I probably shouldn't have put that much. Definitely put too much shrimp in there. Trying to think. I mean, technically, if you ever put something too much of, I guess you could use a blue net and then rinse it out. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it in there since I don't give them shrimp every day. And most likely the scavengers will eat that shrimp. If not today, definitely by tomorrow or so. But I'm going to try to watch that. I actually dose too much. Easier way is to cut the cubes. I just basically let 2 cubes melt. And I just sucked up too much. I should have, usually for this much livestock, a third of a cube of each. And then mix it up, maybe less. Maybe a third of a cube individually. I don't know how exactly. Just kind of watch it. I did put a little too much, but luckily I'm only a little bit away from a water change, and the shrimp also helps the bacteria, so it's not really a complete, completely bad. So I guess that's pretty much it for the feeding an anemone. See, he seems to be doing well. I guess that's where he's eating it, where he's kind of sucked that part of it in. Not sure. There is the Mexican turbo snails. They done an amazing job on these rocks. See how clean those rocks are? And look at this. This area is clean, and he's only been at it a few days. It seems like it's getting more and more clean by the day, which I love. It's just amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip the last switch. There is my power head. It is on now, and that's gonna help circulate the water. I am gonna check the water levels. I'm gonna check the salt. It was fine yesterday. I did a video of checking all my water parameters yesterday. Everything looked good. I didn't have really much green in my ammonia chart. It was more yellowish. It was yellowish with ever so slight. I mean, not even really green, like almost inching towards it. So I'm close to a water change, honestly. I'd say no more than about a week or so I will be changing the water. I don't think I'm going to rinse out or do anything with the filter, just because simple fact that most of my bacteria is in there. I might do a quick distilled water like rinse, just get the heavy stuff off of it, like the shrimp and too much of that, that's on there. And then I'm going to probably order some filters. I found a 2-pack for like $9 online. The Coral Life, the one that fits in here perfectly, so I'm going to get that. I'm looking at the Dr. G coral food, and supposedly the dragonette eats it as well. so I have that to kind of feed him as well. Probably gonna get some kind of vitamins or something to mix with my coral foods and shrimp and stuff, just to kind of, make the shrimp more more nutritious for him. Since I don't feed it every day, I think that would be ideal. So there's still quite a bit blowing around. It was honestly way too much. I never normally put that much in there. That was my fault. As long as I don't do that again, I should be okay. Do not feed that much. I kind of messed that up. I should have cut the cubes. I just tried to suck up what I thought was like a decent amount, and it got messy. So I apologize about that. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, in-depth look at, my feeding. You can see the crabs are, collecting the shrimp. The other one is just kind of holding his arms out, the little shrimp right here, holding his arms out, collecting shrimp. All the fish are swimming around fine. The water level went back to normal. I think everything will be just fine. See, I haven't seen the Danzel. Danzel likes to hide a lot. He has these spots in these rocks that he just hides. I'm trying to find his hideaway for you. It's a really good hideaway. Did he just peel up off that? I don't know, maybe that's the side of him, off the side of his trunk. I don't know, but he looks like he just ate, so that's good. I was gonna peek around here, see if I could find the Danzel for you guys. Maybe he's on his backside. No. I do have a little mushroom growing right here. You guys see that? Where is it at? There. I think that's a mushroom. Pretty sure. There's other life on these rocks. That's what I don't want. That reddish kind of algae. Kind of don't want that. And then there's some other darkening spots, like they used to be coral or something there. There's all kinds of life on these rocks. I'm just gonna give it a nice clean here in a little bit. I'll be excited to get this cleaned up a little bit. I could spend all day looking at it. It's just so beautiful. So I want to thank you again, you guys, for watching. Please leave family-friendly comments below. If you have any tips or anything you want to share with everyone or anything like that, please feel free. This will be cleaned up and a lot better off here in the next week or so. So I'll have this down. And I'm really excited for the coral. I think they'll do well. The water parameters are good, honestly. They don't really fluctuate, so that's a good thing. It stays pretty solid. My salt is right at the right parameters. Everything's pretty much good to go. So I think that's it. I did put a couple twist ties in the back, kind of keep the wires together. I'm probably going to pick up the protein skimmer just to help with some of the waste and other things in the water. And I think that's pretty much it. And then the refugium might be in a week or two out from now. I'll just go ahead and pick up another bottle of the tiger pods, kind of keep them laying around, and then I'll use the light tonight and check, see how many I have in the tank. And then I think that's pretty much it. I'm excited for the corals. I think they'll do well in this tank. The lighting's schedule's already set up for them to do well. The temperature's already set up. Everything's set up. I just need the actual coral. So I'm really excited. So again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this channel. Feel free to leave comments, and I want to kind of have this like a nice little reefing community. And that's pretty much it. So thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.